Feature is now streaming live. In that case, record on this computer. I have confirmation. Okay, cool. Super. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of that show that won't stop. The tale of three men on a journey through the galaxy as they attempt to bring you the latest and best stories from the nerdverse, entertainment, film, and gaming. This is the boys from Bossk. No, we're not. Well, one day I will impress you guys. That is my main mission. Is to try and impress you. Oh, well, guys, welcome to the show. Big Dave and the Kirby. How we doing? We all right?
We're alive.
Yeah. Sleepy bank holiday, you know.
It is. And I do apologize. Normally shows take a break over Easter, and I'm such a bum with nothing to do. I was just like, let's do a show. And clearly I should have gone, let's go on a little bit of a hiatus and then come back in a few weeks. So the show may be slightly shorter, but we're going to entertain you with a few stories as we go forward.
Well, we've got so much bollocks to talk about, haven't we?
That we may carry it over. We don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen with this show. This week's been an interesting week. I saw a few things. One was the New Mutants. I've seen Godzilla, the usual Winter Soldier and Falcon, but Invincible was something also that I saw. Today they've dropped a few amazing trailers. Which trailer stood out to you boys the most? If I go to Mike first.
Loki for me looks amazing, like visually stunning. Yeah, and it's what we all thought it was going to be. Is him, you know, just messing up the timeline and him have to go and fix it all. Yeah, and there's one little scene. It looks like he's with Black Widow, watching the Soul Stone. So that's going to get all YouTube up in a fix, isn't it? Yeah, that's just got me excited. It's nice that these Marvel stuff it will finish, and then you have a week off, so you can go in the real world, and then you can come back inside again. You know, it's nice that they do that for us.
Well, Disney seems to be defining when Entertainment Week starts. So Friday is your starting point for everything now. Dave, what trailer stood out to you, mate?
The new Suicide Squad trailer.
And
that's really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm as long as it. I don't know. I don't know what I expect from a Suicide Squad film because my pet peeve's always that they can't kill anybody off, right?
Oh, they're going to kill so many people in this.
They killed so many people off in the first.
No, but they can't kill off anybody big. So it's like certain people ain't going to die.
Well,
but then the people that they kill,
I think a lot of people will die. I think even like Idris might die. I think because he doesn't. It seems like he doesn't like to be committed to a franchise too long.
He's starting to turn into the Black Sean Bean. He's starting to look like the Black Sean Bean because he did die in Robson and Hobbs, and he's died in a few films.
Robson and Hobbs.
Robson and Hobbs. I mean, you wanted to say Rock and Hobbs.
No, he's going to say Robson and Jerome, isn't he? Soldier. Yeah.
He did get whacked in that film, whatever it was, that nightmare of a film. So I reckon you never know. I think it might be the case that he might pop off somewhere at some point. Because he's just a replacement for Will Smith, really, at the moment.
Well, he's not annoying. Will Smith's annoying. he's not. That's the difference. He's likable.
Yeah, there's a serious actor and there's a joker.
I think what I think is going to happen with Suicide Squad. Here's my hot take. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is from the trailer. I think like the whole team, like the whole first team, is going to split into two teams. And like one whole team of them is going to die, except for Harlequin, who they think is dead, and then they try to go and save her or something. I think that's it. I think there's literally loads of them are going to die in one go, and then they get the other team to go and finish the job, kind of thing.
So that everybody else dies in the first scene.
Yeah,
there's a few characters that look like they're just going to die early on.
Well, the Shark's got to go, isn't he? He's been in TV
the
series.
Shark's your muscle else. Man, and it's Stallone. Stallone ain't going to go down early in the film. It will be there till the end.
Is expendable?
Hey.
You like that
one? No, I reckon Stallone's going to survive. I know what's the name's definitely going to survive. Harley Quinn. And almost certainly John Cena, who's playing Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, he is.
Which is a character that keeps popping up in comics, but nobody knows. Like, he's a character nobody cares about so much. But I was surprised they still put him into this film, because he's just, I think Bendis has brought him to prominence in the DC universe now. He's like the Nick Fury of DC Comics, but he's bad. And so I was quite surprised they brought him in. But he's getting his own TV series already.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
I know he's gonna make it. I think it's called It's a Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I kid you not, that is what it's called. So that's Senna's thing. But I reckon everybody else will die.
All right,
there'll be one character that won't, but you want him to die. Like the rainbow spot guy that wants to, like,
right.
What is he? Polka dot.
Polka dot, yeah. Right, I reckon Javelin's gonna die, Ratcatcher's gonna die,
the Weasel's
Savant, Pokemon, Mongol, maybe not
Mongoose.
Mongol, why not?
I don't know what he is. It's a weasel, isn't it? I don't know.
Weasel. Nathan Fillion.
What's Nathan Fillion playing?
Well, he's called
TDK.
TDK, but it looks like he's from the trailer. Detachable Arm Man, or
he dead.
Yeah,
he's gonna die.
He's gonna. I think it's gonna be like literally, like they're gonna kill so many of them in like the first like half hour. I reckon. I reckon it'll be like a really fun thing. Like, yeah, guys, we've got this, and you just see them die like horrific deaths to like the next second, like getting their heads ripped off and like just completely annihilated by Starro.
One of the things I've been interested, like Joel Kinnaman, who plays Rick Flag, his character seems to have changed completely.
Yeah,
from being a serious soldier to being like, I'm just getting along with this shit. It's all good. I reckon Amanda Waller's going to die Viola Davis. I'm putting money that she's going to get killed in this.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's it. I can't. But it was a good trailer though.
Yeah, so many of them. I can't wait for it. I just want people die and see body parts everywhere.
Because in the original Suicide Squad, who died? It was the rope guy who didn't even get, who was an obvious kill because he didn't even get
Slipknot. That was it.
Yeah, they didn't even give him the intro. That's how much you knew. Every character got an intro apart from him and Shark. Was it the not Shark, alligator dude?
Or Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. Killer Croc didn't get an intro, but he never died. And Slipknot, but he died.
Yeah.
But Slipknot was shit. Literally fell for the worst trick in the world.
He's like, boom, dead.
And the Loki trailer, looking forward to that. Dave, we watched the Loki trailer together. I thought that was quite good.
Yeah,
you did say it looked a bit dated, but
no, I said it looked like it starts like in like the 50s.
Yeah.
And it's going to work its way through time, I suppose.
The Marvel Universe. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if Thor appears. I know, I think Idris might appear in it because he saves him at one point.
Well, the only person I sort of really picked out of the trailer was Black Widow. Rest of it, I don't know. I think it's going to be some cool stuff. I think this one might be important to setting up Kang and stuff, the next sort of big villain for them.
Yeah,
it's all about timelines, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you start talking about time and the fact that they've cast someone as Kang, you can see where this is all kind of going, you know. And I think what you might happen is that this variant might die, so that, I don't know, this is like a long shot guess or something. But I think Marvel really want to keep Loki, and they're sort of finding reasons to try and keep him alive, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think what might happen is he might sort of fix the time sort of line so that the original Loki is alive. You know, like the good Loki.
Yeah.
Like the Loki who learned all the lessons, and then the end of the series will be him being like, "You have to be good, blah blah blah." You know, that kind of, you know, like
while killing loads of people. Fuck
yeah. Or he switches places with him at the last moment with Thanos, and so it's not actually Loki that dies, but the variant.
Again, why aren't you working in Hollywood, Mike? Man, what the fuck are you doing on here with us bums? You know?
I'm just thinking, like, you know, I'm thinking it's not in it, like just like the story. I'm thinking about, well, they got a lot of money on him. They get a lot of money with Tom Hiddleston, don't they?
Yeah.
And you know, with the Jane Foster film and stuff, they're gonna need a sort of person to like help guide her through. And if all that as Guardians are dead, who do you reckon should do that sort of thing? So yeah, it's just about Marvel wanting to make more money, and Loki makes some money, isn't it? So you can't kill him off, can you?
And they haven't named most of the cast. I'm looking at the Internet Movie Database, and only in terms of the top names, Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, Erica Coleman. Apart from that, I don't really.
Yeah, I think you're going to see lots of cameos in that, I reckon.
Well, Richard E. Grant's on the cast list, and he's always pretty interesting. And that'll mean that he's been in both Marvel universes because he was in the X-Men Logan. As
who was he in that?
He played the boss of the company that was
hunting down.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Hey. So now he's crossed over to this universe.
Yeah.
Could be the X-Men. No, I'm not going there. But
man, people got such a hard on for the X-Men at the moment. Any little thing they see in any TV show, they're like, "Oh, this could mean the X-Men." I'm like, mate, you need to just just have a cup of tea and shut the fuck up. Right?
Well, before we get back to the trailers, right, I know it's old news, but talking the X-Men, New Mutants, I did watch the New Mutants a couple of last week, and I'm like, well, for a young adult film, it's not too bad. And it's not a Marvel MCU film, but it wasn't like. It was all right. If I was a young kid, I would have been happy with that. I'm sure. As an adult, it was absolutely preposterous, but it wasn't like people keep saying it was the worst X-Men film. Have you not seen X-Men 3, or was it X3 United We Stand? I mean, that was bad.
That was bad.
This, like Dave, you saw it before. Was it as horrendous as people claim?
It was horrible.
They had such a big cast, and it was such a terrible film.
I don't know. It was right. It was kids. I put it in the same level as I put stuff like Twilight. I don't get it, but I'm sure the kids would.
No.
Well, maybe it's just shit. It wasn't that interesting.
It was a terrible film.
They whitewashed in the worst possible way as well, right? In a really simple way to get a black character in there. They went and whitewashed, and I was like, oh, for real? And it did have some of the worst lines in the world. And my God, they hate Russians. Like, what's her name? Rasputin's sister, younger sister. She's in it, and like they make her the most annoying character in the world.
What's that? The Queen's Gambit girl?
Was that her?
Yeah.
You're kidding me?
No, I told you it's a big cast. It's just terrible acting and a terrible
Somebody
film.
said that Queen's Gambit was her first film, but clearly they lied to me.
But that was a TV show, wasn't
it? Oh, she's terrible in that then. Holy my! Look, right. I'll give them a lot of leeway. They had a small budget and not a lot of time to make the New Mutants, and clearly, apparently, it's going to be on HBO first before it even gets to Disney. That's how dodgy the deal with Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, that's it.
Holy as well. It shows how luck changes, chaps, isn't it? You go from New Mutants to Queen's Gambit, and you're sorted.
And the other one went from Game of Thrones to the New Mutants, and her career's gone.
Nah, her career's all right. I think she's already moved on to something else. I think she's at the moment in that type of play. Maisie Williams is in that type of career that they're not blaming her for anything. She can go and literally do anything, and it'll be all right. Yeah, but yeah, it's not terrible. I don't know. I didn't hate it, but that's just me. But anyway, back to the trailers.
Maybe he was in the right place at the time.
Yeah, maybe I was just feeling sorry for myself and wanted to throw sympathy their way. Who knows? What other trailers were there, chaps? Mortal Kombat. Are you feeling it? Is anybody feeling Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, but I'm not watching any more trailers because they ruin trailers
Yeah,
nowadays.
you just have no film left.
Yeah.
No, trailers are releasing.
I mean, that's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I just want to see people, again, getting their heads ripped off. And that's all I want for movies now.
I was saying this to Dave earlier, right? Are they actually gonna? They've got the same problem that that Suicide Squad has, right? Now, in a game, you can have a game where you've got how many characters and they all get whacked, right? But can you do that in a movie and have a franchise? Like Mortal Kombat, from what I understand, the game was meant to be once every millennia, the first game.
Yeah, you could just make it. You could just make it like Scorpion, the Sub-Zero. It could just be something that's handed down generation to generation, can't it? Like a power, like Black Panther kind of thing. You know, like a power that's handed down. There's no reason, it can't be like that, is it? And like or they take them out of time at that point for the tournament or something. I don't know.
See, what are you doing?
And then there's so many different games anyway. Like I said, there's different characters in different games. So you could just say it's a different era.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, but I just like if you, I don't know. It just reeks of like they're gonna fudge it just based on a bit because that was a problem with the original Mortal Kombat as well.
And who says they're from this universe?
Yeah,
they could be from alternate universes.
Yeah, there you go. There could be different alternate universes made to fight.
All right, Big Dave and Mike, can you both become writers? I don't know what you're doing here with me, right? You come up with these good fucking ideas, and I'm sitting here like, how are they doing this? Curtis, they can do it like this, boy. They've got a meaty cast in that though as well. I have to say, they've got a really, really big cast. Mostly names you won't know, unfortunately, unless you're into martial arts films and all the rest of it.
Yeah, but that's what you want from a film like this. I want to watch a martial arts movie. I don't want to see it,
Even for martial arts films, they've got some really good actors in it, and hopefully it'll be quite good. I still think it's going to get battered from the field of play by the Marvel Chun-Li film, the dragon film they're doing. But it might be interesting.
Yeah, the Shang-Chi one.
Yeah, the Shang-Chi, I think she's going to clean up everything. I think Marvel's going to do with that what they did with Black Panther, but more so. Do you know what I mean? They're going to remind everybody of everything from Dragon Ball Z to Naruto. It'll be in that, and it'll be absolutely amazing. But we shall see. The last Black Widow trailer came out. She's finally getting a cinema release. Whoop, whoop.
Really?
Cinema. But also, it's coming out on Disney Premiere at the same time.
This has to be released, doesn't it? Because this needs to come out before. What's the next one that's coming out? Before Loki. Yeah, so that must be something big to do with what happens in Loki.
Yeah, so I think they don't have a choice. It's really, in a way, I'm going to make every effort to see it. I've had my first jab. My second jab isn't until the 2nd of June, but I think I will make the effort to try and go to cinema and watch it.
Well, Loki comes out first, doesn't it? Because Black Widow doesn't come out until July.
Is it July? Oh, yeah, it does.
Well, it must be something else then.
And Loki comes out on the 11th of June.
So what film or what TV series are they?
I always thought that the Black Widow led into
Doctor Strange?
No, into Falcon and Winter Soldier. I was always led to believe that like the new Black Widow was going to appear in the Falcon.
Yeah, but that's what I think the new Black Widow was supposed to be Sharon Carter.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
If you look at the actual stunts and stuff, she looks like the Black Widow.
Yeah.
She was badass. But I will come back to that. I just think at the end of the day, we need whatever they do. I hope they're not going to like fudge it all and mess it up because Marvel needs to sort their premiere screening thing out. It's far too expensive, and there's far too much of a big gap. Whereas HBO is putting the films out there with no extra cost. So it'll be interesting to see if which one makes more money.
Yeah. Yeah, but how many subscribers have Disney got now? Do you know what I mean?
200 million.
Mental.
And counting. I think it's 200 mil. And I don't know how much Netflix has. Let's look it up. Netflix subscriber. I think Netflix is at 300 mil. So they're riding up. If I know you guys have been resistant to the premiere thing on Disney Plus. Will you do it for Black Widow?
No, I'll go to cinema.
Okay. Big
Only
Dave,
if you
how
have your
about
passport, my friend.
Yeah, I'll get a passport. I'll buy one off some bloke in a pub. There you go.
Yeah, Netflix is about 290 million to 300 million.
That's amazing. That Disney have done that in a year, though.
I would do. I think it was always going to be easy for Disney because Disney. A lot of people forget Disney had the Disney app before Disney Plus, where they had a lot of their product on it, and also Disney's unique in the sense that everybody loves something about Disney. Do you know what I mean? When you were a kid, there was always some Disney product you would have wanted to watch, and for families, they can chuck their kids in front of. Nearly all my mates I know chuck their kids in front of the Disney.
Yeah, but that's people with kids. Like, it's the ones who's like, who just haven't got kids and are just sort of, just wanted to watch some stuff. Now, Disney, with, Disney Star, and they've added some more stuff to it now that I'd actually watch. It actually seems like it's a bit worth it now. Now I'm like, I'm not going to cancel it after something finishes because there is always going to be something I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
Like, cool. I'll watch a couple episodes of the X-Files. I'll watch, I can't remember some other crap I wanted to watch, but there is actually something that I want to watch now, and it's actually got me thinking. I'm like, do I need to keep my Netflix?
Yeah, but Netflix has been boring since Disney's come out.
Yeah,
it's been terrible.
The only things I watched on there this year I finished Stranger Things finally because I got bored of the season 3. And then I think I've watched the Irregulars. That was all right, wasn't it? Yeah. I watched most of that, but I got a bit bored after the 5th episode.
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes and then started getting a bit.
Yeah, I really like Sherlock Holmes. I used to read it when I was a kid all the time, so it intrigued me. But anyway, that's there's the only thing that's interested me is that they've just got Knives Out, haven't they? They just brought the 2 and 3 Knives Out, which I'm excited for because that's something that's good. That makes me want to stay on. But a lot of their content, I'm just like, I'm not bothered about this.
What you're into. I think Netflix's big problem is that they're going for such a wide market. Like I said, Disney families will buy that stuff all day long. Yeah. Whereas Netflix doesn't have that sort of. No matter how much content they put in there, they don't have that sort of content. A lot of their stuff is stuff you wouldn't watch anyway. Whether it's old films or whatever. And it's not to be mean to Netflix. They're trying really hard, whether it's the Regulars or the Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy is good. I was just looking on now. You was good as well. I was watching You. All right, I've been a bit unkind actually. I watched more than I thought.
No, I don't think you have.
Titans was good, and The Witcher.
Yeah.
Oh man, Witcher. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Witcher.
I think Netflix's problem is
but it's just been really slow since November. There's been nothing out really.
Yeah.
Because again, Netflix needs to change what they're doing. Netflix have to stop with the putting every episode out all at one time. I know it makes sense to them in a weird sort of way, but this is what Disney. When Disney didn't have Star, they were putting out stuff once a week, right? And people are talking about them every week. They're subscribing new subscribers every week. And I think Netflix need to stop and change the way they're doing stuff. Because their best stuff, put out an episode a week. It works for Star Trek. When Discovery's on, their viewing figures go up. When they get shows that have to come out once a week, it goes up. Stop plunking everything out at one time. People, I don't know why it turns them on, but they like an episode a week. Just give them that episode a week.
And Disney seems to do it all on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got
doesn't it?
So you've got like Big Sky, you've got now the Winter Soldier, Hellstrom. Everything's coming out on the Friday.
It works. What are you doing on a Friday now?
Yeah, but why would you not do one episode a week of like different days.
It works.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I think that a lot more of them need to do that. Amazon tend to do that a lot more. And I would say to everybody, keep an eye out for Amazon. I think this year is actually going to be Amazon's year because I think they're putting their money where their mouths are. And they're putting out a lot of stuff. And as an example, Invincible, The Boys, for starters.
Yeah.
The Boys isn't actually the #1 rated show on streaming services.
Oh, really?
And that comes out once a week. Yep, beats everything, even that Disney's done. It comes out once a week, and it blows everybody away.
They just need to change their layout.
Huh?
Their layout is appalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to sort that out. I think they're way behind Netflix in terms of that.
Every time I go on now, I feel like I'm just being punched in the face.
Yeah, Disney's like that as well. It's just the layout of it is just so bad.
And also in the categories, I'm on there now, yeah. And like the first thing that comes up is it goes original, top rated. Then the third thing is watch next. Yeah. That annoys me so much. Like, man, if I'm watching the show, I want it to be there the moment I open the screen.
And then it says included with Prime, and then rent these for $1.99. It's like,
but I think that's the future of streaming services. I think the different channels on Amazon, as much as they are annoying, Amazon you essentially get for free, right?
Yeah.
If you've got Amazon Prime, and the extra channels are just a way to make extra money. At the moment, they're all pretty shit. So they're not that interesting, apart from maybe Star Plays, which has if I've told you boys before, and I'll tell you again, watch Pennyworth.
I've watched Pennyworth. I've watched the first season.
Absolutely brilliant show, and I think it doesn't get as much love.
No, I'm just Gotham, scarred me a little bit for the whole prequel Batman thing.
So much. Gotham's like a really bad blowjob. Pennyworth. Oh my
word!
Alfred's
Alfred's story, isn't it? It's really good.
It's the bum thing. I'm sorry. You need. I'll sneak you a copy somehow, Mike. I don't care. You need to find a way to watch it. It really, really is quite good.
Okay.
I swear to you, you won't be disappointed. Otherwise, I will never mention it again. But yeah, their format's a bit all over the place. They don't really have a character, but I think the next year or so they're really gonna step up.
Well, they got that Lord of the Rings thing starting soon, haven't they?
They got Lord of the Rings. They got season 3 or is it 4 of The Boys?
Season 3, yeah.
Yeah, and they've got a number of different shows that will be coming out over the next year, which I think may blow people away. And they're putting their money where their mouths are, unlike Disney. Not Disney, Netflix. Yeah, Netflix puts a lot of money into product, and it doesn't end up that good. Like, did anybody watch Outside the Wire?
What's that?
It's the one with Falcon, right? So he's playing a robotic cyborg.
Oh, yeah, I saw that film.
And he basically, the film, I don't know how much it cost, but I was like, if I was Netflix, I'd be going, where'd the money go?
It cost a lot.
Where'd the money go? What'd you do with them? You guys mugged me or something? Because literally, it just didn't make any. It was bad for the amount of money it must have cost. It was pretty bad, and it looked pretty cheap. So I would just say, Netflix better look out, because once Disney, if people start to see a decline in Netflix, it's the type of decline I reckon that won't stop.
That's also the one that had the guy from Snowfall in it as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
The big thing to look out for on Netflix though is I think Jupiter's Legacy. That might be a big. It's another superhero franchise, but it looks like it.
Oh, that's the Millerverse, isn't it? All the Miller stuff. Problem is, they go on.
No, you go.
No, I was just going to say about they were really quick to snap up the Miller world, all the Miller, Kick-Ass and Nemesis and Jupiter's Legacy and all the Mark Miller stuff. That's fine. They're really cool stories, but they're stories that are only like 6 issues long. They're not, like Nemesis wasn't long. Kick-Ass isn't that long. You only got a short amount of actual stories to tell.
Yeah, but that's why I think they bought it, because I think Miller's
so they could do what they want.
Yeah, because Miller's not the type of guy who's going to sit there like Alan Moore, right? He's not going to sit there like Alan Moore and go, "You bastards!"
You also got to remember that Netflix only like 1 season or 2 seasons of things. They don't go any further. Once it's had its toll, that's it. Even if it could have the biggest ratings, they'll just cancel it. They just don't care.
No, I think they've done it. It depends on how much it costs and how many people are watching it. If they, at the moment, the closest they've got to The Boys is the Umbrella Academy, right? as long as they can make money and people are subscribing for it, they're going to do it. At the moment, they're investing in anime a lot. And I think for Netflix, that might be a big thing. But again, anime is a very niche market. I don't think a lot of people really watch it. Even I've gotten fed up of it. I've cancelled all my subscriptions to the anime channels just because I just don't have the time for it. Do you know what I mean? It's like one season of anime is like 54 episodes. Each episode's like 30 minutes, and most of that's advertising from the previous episode, and fucking, I don't know, just exposition on what's going on. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I don't know how people watch this stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Netflix.
I find like anime, I try and watch stuff, and I don't know, like, there's something about anime that I find quite grating. It's just, it doesn't flow for me. Like,
it's because it's not very good. I think a lot of anime. I don't mean to be bad, but
says the guy spending £5 a month on a subscription.
No, but that's why I cancelled it. I think a lot of people blame themselves for not getting anime. Like even Dave was saying, I don't watch animation. It's not because there's anything wrong with you guys,
I just don't get it.
or you don't have an ability to understand.
Oh no, I like
a lot of anime is very bad. It's badly animated half the time. And I'm speaking as someone who got into anime from watching Akira. Akira is still leaps and bounds beyond.
I love Akira.
Anime. Yeah. It's leaps and bounds beyond most anime. But a lot of TV anime isn't even close to that good.
But I like animation. Don't get me wrong. I like the DC animation and all that stuff, and Invincible. That's all great. But like, you know, actual proper anime is just it's the slowness of it.
Yeah.
I think is what I find a bit irritating.
Oh, that's exactly it. It's the moment when you're watching an action scene. I said this to Big Dave. You're watching an action scene, man beating each other up at high speed. It stops all of a sudden. They're like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? He was my friend. Can I kill him if it comes to it? And then goes on this.
And then they're all dizzy with stars around their head.
It goes on this really long story about their childhood. We've been friends forever. Atashi, we've been friends. Why are we like this? What's going on? And then after 3 more episodes, they finally get back to the fight, and it's like, oh my god, my life.
Like Pokemon all over again.
Yeah, but at least Pokemon delivered. Do you know what I mean? At least Pokemon delivered a story, a moral tale of some kind at the end, right? You got something out of it.
Now, he was a kidnapper.
True. Like the moral value. The moral value of Pokemon. I don't know if I'd introduce my kids to it. Because you're capturing animals to beat the crap out of each other.
Mate, you best what you're saying
about cockfighting, that is.
Oh, mate.
A fight club, do you know what I mean? You're
mate, I'm not talking to you guys, mate. Best step away.
Oh, God. I just had to get out there. That's the stand-up routine in the waiting, that one, I tell you. Right, what else did we see? Is that all the trailers?
Yeah, Rick and Morty was good, but yeah, a lot of little snippets about what's to come. But you know that's going to be good, don't you? So
I hope so. I've been watching and Dave, you watched it as well. Solar Opposites, which is by the same guys who did Rick and Morty.
I watched I watched 3 or 4 episodes of that.
Yeah, that I wasn't too sure about. I watched 2 episodes and.
The third one's better. Watch the 3rd episode when he turns into a magician.
I've not seen that. Is that good?
Yeah,
I'll
really
watch
good.
that. I'll watch that.
It effectively is Rick and Morty without Rick and Morty.
Oh, fair enough. I'll enjoy it then.
Yeah. Similar jokes and storytelling pattern. But yeah, it's all right. But I don't know. I don't know. Rick and Morty, I just take the fan base. I'm sorry. Like, ever since they did that Shaoxun, what was the McDonald's sauce? Szechuan sauce or whatever it was.
Szechuan sauce, yeah.
Yeah, and they started going ape shit over that. I was like, no, I'm not. No, I don't know. How did you guys feel? Do you remember that's when they started assaulting McDonald's staff?
No.
Oh yeah, because it's toxic fandom, isn't it?
Right. I don't know. It's just a bit much, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm like, look, the Pickle Rick episode is fucking genius because I just think about, you know how when they were writing it, I just imagine someone said, oh, do you know what we just need to do? What? We just need to put him in like a real pickle of a situation. And he's like, why don't we make him a pickle? We're like, yeah. Why don't we make him a pickle in a pickle? And I was just
While
like,
eating a hamburger.
do you know what I mean? And I just love it. And I love it. It's just so over the top. And then it becomes this cliche action movie. All just because he doesn't want to go to therapy. It's like, how much will he not go to therapy?
And can I,
Yeah.
Mike, can I apologize to you as well? Because when we talk of toxic fandom, I remember for weeks I'd come into the bar going, why don't you make a drink called a Pickle Rick? Why don't you make a drink called a Pickle Rick? So I was toxic
You wouldn't
fandom.
shut up for weeks.
Hey, I did. I had
He'd get drunk and just shout, Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. No, I did. I was disgraceful.
I was doing picklebacks and selling them as Pickle Ricks.
Mm.
So a shot of pickle juice and a shot of bourbon.
Yeah, I was quite disgraceful, for which I
That always makes me gag.
which I apologize for. Space Jam 2. The new trailer came out
LeBron
for
has
it.
lost his career in basketball forever.
Why? I think it looked quite good.
I'm not watching a trailer again. I watched the first trailer, but when they go do like, I'm sure if I watch this, it will ruin something for me. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's a Space Jam, but I get what you mean. But that trailer came out this week, and that was, I think, quite good. It looked quite slick. It looks like they put the money into it. I don't remember whether it's going straight onto HBO or.
It looks like they're getting
cinema.
in trouble though.
I think it might be both. Why so?
Because they got a gang that look like the guys from Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, the Droogs.
Yeah. And they're going, how can you ban Pepe Le Pew and
Yeah.
keep these people in?
Fucking rapists and murderers.
Yeah.
They're just there in the back. They'd be better
Minus
off
the dildos.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the very few films to be banned from the UK as well. That Brits and their movies, I have to say.
No, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I hope. Like the problem, I guess they had to make a sequel because they had to get what was it? I remember the original and the soundtrack was R. Kelly, wasn't it? So they had to probably get the memory of him out of there because it was what I could believe I could fly.
Yeah, you can't use that. It's such a perfect song for basketball as well, isn't it? And the fact that you can't even use it, it's just going to be.
Yeah, you can't now, can you? Yeah, you used to be able to do it for a while, but then it got really bad. That's fair enough. And another trailer that came out was Yasuki, which is an anime. Boys, I'm sorry, Netflix, but it's about the one and only black samurai to existed in medieval Japan.
How do you spell that?
Yasuke, and that's coming out in I think April.
Is this like Afro? Because Afro Samurai I enjoyed.
Yeah, Afro Samurai, very strong similarity, but this one's based in sort of like a medieval Japan. And Netflix.
Oh, this looks badass. Is this going to be your next cosplay, Curtis?
No. What if I lose weight? Yeah, I'm not doing Fat Samurai. I will do Fat Peter Parker if you want, but not Fat Samurai.
Peter Parker.
Fat middle-aged Peter Parker. I'll gladly do that for you.
Peter Parker after the divorce.
Yeah, I'll gladly do that for you, but not this. But yeah, that's looking pretty cool, and I can't wait to watch that. And Netflix, I think, have gotten a good one there. Shame they couldn't do live action. I think that would have been really, really cool. As opposed
who's the voice? Are there any cool voices in it, or?
Every black person in Hollywood.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
God, that's like the whole of America.
No. Can we just appreciate that the music is done by Flying Lotus, who is fucking incredible? So that's gonna be, and he's crazy, like mad crazy, like it's like jazz, electronica, hip hop kind of thing. So, oh wow, that's high on my list now. Yeah,
I'm trying to look up the cast and I can't find the cast here. I've only got Lakeith Stanfield here, who is big in a nerd environment.
That comes out on the 29th of April, is it?
Yeah. So that's something to really look forward to, hopefully. Because I did like Afro Samurai, the first one anyway. That was really
man, I loved it. I loved the crazy guy that had the teddy bear head. Was it RZA who did the music for that?
I honestly can't remember.
Yeah. I was trying to get the soundtrack somewhere on vinyl and I couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, I'm actually putting this into Netflix now to see if I can put it on my watch list. Yes, I can. Fantastic.
No, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Anything you guys looking forward to before we go into our review of the
What are we doing a review of? Winter Soldier.
We'll do Winter Soldier first. And
Shall we do 30 seconds on Godzilla King Kong? Should we do 30 seconds each? You can time us, Curtis. That's
we
it.
can do more. We can have a minute each on Godzilla. We can do it.
There was a good moment in it when he turned into Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson?
Yeah, because Mel Gibson always dislocates his shoulder and lethal weapon.
Yeah.
He had to bang it back in the building.
That was
and
so
then it's
bad.
back to normal again.
Nah, the best bit was when he was in the hollowed earth, and he kills that like winged sort of dragon snake creature, rips his head off and then drinks the brains. Yeah. And I was literally like shouting at the TV. I was like, yes, mate, you just get him. That was badass. I fucking like that.
I think for me, my favourite bit was a bit on a boat. I was just like that. That was just hilariously funny, but also very entertaining at the same time, and showed kind of why this film didn't need humans in it. They could have just done it.
It didn't need any humans.
Yeah, and I wish actually they'd taken a risk and done that with it.
I think it was cool because they just the humans they did use were all just sort of stereotypes. Like he's an early doctor, he's an evil businessman. You know, she's the woman who's looking after King Kong. Yeah, and it's like we didn't have to have any backstory. We had like 2 seconds backstory. Yeah, and we're into the movie and we're seeing big aliens and big giants fighting each other. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great fun. It was car crash. It was a car crash of a film, but fun.
I actually can't remember. It was like 5 different films in one. It was mad.
I thought, like, look, I think that they just went, you know what, let's just put as much money as we can behind the special effects and let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Because they'd had the previous films have been slightly lackluster in terms of even having Godzilla on screen half the time. And I think they got they took themselves too seriously in a way. And this film literally has gone the opposite end of them.
Oh, it's complete.
There's no point.
Just destroyed the whole of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I was surprised that Godzilla got the beatdown that he got. If I have to be, I was very surprised about the level of beatdown that was given out to Godzilla. But I'm happy to accept, Godzilla's King of the Monsters, because I think in that film that's the biggest Godzilla's ever been.
Yeah,
Godzilla's never ever meant to be that big, and in fact, if he was smaller, it probably would have done him better.
How did he walk on water?
What? So who do you think won?
I thought King Kong won.
I think Godzilla did.
You see, now this is it. I think it was a sort of kind of draw.
I agree with you, but Godzilla, literally, King Kong did die.
Yeah, but then he got woken back up.
But then he came back and he smacked the shit out of
Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, old tinfoil Godzilla.
But then he did need the power of Godzilla to activate the axe. So
yeah, it was kind of like a mutual respect kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel.
And I did forget to mention it, but spoilers. But yeah, but come on, if you're watching this, you've watched it already. I can't imagine
It was just so much fun, like the bit where he shoved the axe down his throat. I was just like, "Oh mate, Godzilla's your bitch." It's so
isn't
funny.
that it? At the end of the day, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
I think
went by so quickly.
Yeah, like when you're watching, Fast and Furious, you can't get too mad at them for having fun doing what they're doing.
I can always slag off a great franchise. Why?
No, I'm not. I'm saying it's like that when you watch a dumpster fire of a film like Fast and Furious, you can sit there and moan about it all day long with the things that are wrong in it. But actually, everybody
only
on
you,
set,
not me.
Everybody on set's having a huge amount of fun. Everybody in the cast is having a huge amount of fun, and it reminds me of wacky racist films. They're absolute rubbish.
No, now you're getting on my nerves.
There's
Don't slag off wacky races.
The Cannibal, was it the Cannibal Run? The Cannibal Run.
Oh,
great
yeah,
films.
Yeah, they're so much fun to watch, and I think that comes across in these films like this. So they don't have to be as highbrow or as in depth as the Marvel films do, or as serious as DC movies are. They actually just need to be entertaining, and it pays off hugely with Godzilla. You're not. I know we gave a few spoilers away, but you're not missing much. The enjoyment is in watching this film and watching the beatdown that takes place at various points in this movie.
Yeah,
which is really impressive in Hong Kong.
It would have been a lot better in a cinema though.
Yeah, on IMAX,
100%. Yeah, would have been great
on IMAX, which I think once COVID's we're back to more normal, they'll start re-releasing these films in the cinema because Godzilla and King Kong deserve to be on that screen because a lot of the action scenes are just amazing, and I think they get the grasp between. Do you remember watching Cloverfield? And Cloverfield told the film completely from the view of the humans as opposed to the monster.
Yeah,
I think this film got the balance perfectly and would switch between each one really, really well. And I think it works, especially when Mecha Godzilla fucking appears on the screen and it's just like most people would laugh. But in this, it was actually threatening. Well, you knew his ass was going to get whipped, but it was actually quite threatening when he appears on the screen. And it would have worked really well in IMAX, I think.
Yeah,
on a
it would have
screen.
been cool. There you go. That's quick.
Godzilla, King Kong, and Pacific Rim all rolled into one.
Yeah, I'll go with that. See, what are you doing there? You should be writing the trailers for these movies. I need to find a movie skill that's useful. So let's move on to Falcon and Winter Soldier. How did you feel about it, boys? Who wants to go first?
I'll let you all go.
Mike, how did you feel about this episode? Is it building up? Has it slowed down?
It's just building up stuff, isn't it? I wasn't like, oh wow, wow, I want to talk about this for hours. It's just like, yeah, cool. Next episode, please. Sort of. It's just it's different to WandaVision where each episode you were trying to decide stuff. This is an action movie split up into different parts, and it's setting us up for the next bit, which is going to be a lot of stuff happening. It was cool to see US Agent Captain America show the cracks when he went a little bit apeshit. You're like, oh, cool, this guy's going to try and kill everybody. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, he's a liability, that guy.
Yeah, I want to see him do drugs on the fucking shield, Let's go, I want to see him properly go mental. I
reckon he's going to get one of the vials, isn't he? Because I think there's 12 vials left.
Oh, yeah, they're on the table, weren't they?
Yeah, he's going to get one, I reckon, by the end of it. Battlestar might, although I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah.
But I definitely know Isaiah Bradley, his grandson, is going to get one of those vials. Almost certainly.
I reckon he's already
got it in his blood.
Yeah. I reckon he's like that, Patriot.
Yeah.
Possibly, but I think in the comic book at one point he doesn't get the powers. And
maybe he bites his grandfather in the neck and drinks his blood.
And a blade.
That's it, and he comes with a blade.
So you've got him coming in, but I reckon you've got there's a whole lot that could happen.
Well, you're halfway through now, aren't you? So
yeah, I thought it was just a really good episode. One, because it introduced Madripoor, which is a big X-Men locale, and two, it had the Princess Bar, which was where Wolverine usually hangs out in the comic books when he's playing Patch.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really, really cool. I thought that was a nice touch. I know the X-Men. Nah, they won't have
fanboys.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. If Wolverine
walked in the background with Deadpool playing cards.
Yeah. Do you know what? They'll probably do that in the Deadpool film when it comes out next year. That'll be it. He'll be in the background of all these scenes. But no, I thought that was a really, really cool touch. And I think I'm not too sure about the way Zemo, because I'm pretty sure Zemo was not rich in the
he's a baron, isn't he?
Civil War. Yeah, but they never mentioned that in the Civil War. I think they showed
All barons are
it
rich.
may be my imagination, but I'm pretty sure they showed his family living in pretty much a hovel in the Civil War. So to go from that to being a baron, and I'd say what seems to be the evil version of Bruce Wayne in the universe. I think that was a really, really cool touch, and it looks so cool the way they've done everything with him. But I don't know. I just that just seems not to fit in with what the character was previously set up as, if you get what I mean. But we'll see what happens.
Maybe you'll find out more in the Black Widow.
No, that's all Russia, man. That's. I reckon that's all gonna be.
That's where all these barons are from.
Well, maybe. I just.
Here's a little thought. There's one thing I thought about.
Oh, here we go.
No, just a little thing. You know how they mentioned that Sokovia was taken, so it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And that it's been eaten up by its neighbours and stuff. What's the place where Doctor Doom's from?
Latveria.
Latveria. Do you reckon that's the formation of Latveria? So then this is the sort of how Doctor Doom comes to power. He sort of seizes a bit of land, which used to be Sokovia, and then you get Latveria.
Oh, damn you, Mike. Do you know what? If I ever write scripts or stories, I'm going to have you on phone dial. But you and Dave, I'm just going to have... Hey, Mike.
No, but it just seems like it's... You know what? Like, they always mention stuff for a reason, don't they? And I was just like... Oh, because I always thought about that. I was like, it doesn't really exist in this universe. And we know the Fantastic Four is coming. So they've got to set up all these things, haven't they?
And it would make sense that Latveria takes over.
Yeah. So then that's Latveria. And then...
Ooh, what if, that Doom... Oh, this ties into your Russia thing here, Dave.
There we go.
Doom's more like Putin, right? So instead of him coming in and being like Baron Doom or whatever, he's like President Doom. And he sort of takes over Sokovia, creates Latvia, but he's not like
he creates Latvia. Latveria when it exists.
Sorry, Latvians. Sorry. So creates Latveria, whatever it is, and that's how he comes to power. Like you said, he creates it, but he's less of a old school dictator and more Putin-esque in his approach.
Nah, that's not. I don't know. That's not Doom style, is it? Doom likes to rule by fear, doesn't he?
He still can, like Putin.
Fear and money.
And also that could be because I think Zemo and Doom hate each other.
That could be what that makes a more reason. Yeah, that would be a good reason.
Oh God, I love you guys. This is some good material. No, I like that. I like Sharon Carter. I thought her fight scenes they could have been done slightly better, but I thought her fight scenes were brilliant. And I think the director was the same one who done John Wick.
Okay, that's cool.
That's why I had the cool Japanese biker gangs.
Yeah. Coming up beside them. And I think Falcon, again, I hope I know Falcon gets the shield back because we saw it in one of the trailers.
Yeah.
So I hope that there's going to be like just a massive action scene. Like we've had a few good action scenes, but just a massive throwdown at some point with a new Cap. And I reckon it's going to be before he gets the serum. Like Falcon, they get the shield back, but then...
Do you reckon Falcon could get the serum? Do you reckon they do that?
It's a hard one because Captain America was always a hard character to have in. Because how can you say hey kids, say no to drugs? Do you know what I mean? For Disney,
he's the biggest drug addict there is. He was a little weedy guy.
Oh, he's not a drug addict.
Super serum. Oh, Hulk smash.
But they did get rid of the serum in the comic book at one point. So he didn't have the serum anymore. So I'm going to be intrigued to see if Falcon's able to go, no. But there's 12 files, man.
Well, no, like steroid abusers.
It's not drugs, is it? It's like a medicine, isn't it? Drugs is something you're addicted to, you use every day. It's completely different.
But it's still that. Do you get what I mean? Though it's still that aspect of it that if he takes it, somehow he's taking something that doesn't to make
like you and your COVID injection.
No.
Mm.
But it'll be interesting to see how they play it. But also, it opens up the route for a lot of other characters as well. Jessica Jones, and other metahumans like her. It opens up the route for them. So that'll be interesting to see what happens to those files. And also, it opens the route for the X-Men. If Essex, old Mr. Sinister, gets hold of one of those, what happens then? You know, it's all up in the air, and it's really exciting, which I like about this. But again, I don't think the X-Men are going to appear.
Too much X-Men hype all the time.
I think the only big character that will appear is Captain America as old man Steve, but that's about it. I don't think you're going to see, because we've just got the Wakandan agent appear. I don't think you're going to get bigger than
that. Who can you? Maybe War Machine comes out again, because we've already seen them, haven't we?
Maybe,
and they are doing a War Machine TV show, aren't they?
Yeah, which is looking good. This is going to be.
That's not till
year.
2023, is it? Or 2022?
Oh wow, we have run right. We're almost done. Look, all I will say is this: I think this is the best time ever to be any sort of like comic book fan or sci-fi nerd. I remember growing up and having all we had was lots of animation, which was all right, decent. You know, what was it? Defenders of the Earth,
Mask,
Jason and the Warriors. No, we don't talk about Mask.
Yeah, we do.
No.
They all existed. Thundercats,
GoBots, Transformers. What was it? Thundercats? They're coming back very soon. I believe they're getting a sort of animated mixture of live animation. And
I thought they were doing a live one.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be animated to a large degree. Not with hair like that. You cannot make that hair look good in live.
You know, Terry Crews is going to be Pan 4.
That would make sense. That would make absolute sense. And what's the name from Guardians will be is it
Chitara?
Chitara, yeah. What's the name? Who was Uhura in Star Trek?
Zoe Zadana.
Yeah, they'll cover up. They love covering up in makeup and shit, so she'll do that again. But who will be Lion-O is the question that must be answered.
Harry Styles.
I don't think he could bulk up. I reckon. Oh God, I can't imagine anybody at the moment.
He's got the hair.
And the Rock could be Tigra, without a doubt.
Who?
Because he has that camp style.
The Rock, did you say?
Yeah.
No.
You could just see him as a big tiger being camp.
But we'll see. I'm more than looking forward to it. Let me just check where we are. All right, but yeah, that'll be exciting either which way it goes. I think I can't think of anything else, boys. I mean, that's it until Friday. There's nothing coming out again until Falcon, and Big Sky. Big Sky.
Yeah, very good, Big Sky.
Show.
Big Sky's getting good.
My favorite show on there. All right, well, ladies and gents, I think that's another. That was another installment of the adventure that will hopefully never end. The journey of free. No, you're not going for it. Okay, but anyway, this is another glorious episode of the boys from Bossk. Hopefully, we'll be back. There's so much happening over the next couple of months. April feels like it's going to be slightly quiet, but don't forget, you've got loads of entertainment coming at the end. But the pinnacle for me is going to be the Bad Batch, which comes on May the 4th. There was also all the Star Wars stuff. We didn't get stuff.
Oh, we didn't get to speak about that, did we?
All the Star Wars stuff that dropped on
Disney,
but we'll talk about it next week because I've hardly watched any.
We haven't watched Caravan of Courage yet, boys. We need to get on that.
Mike?
What?
Have you watched any of them? The old, really, like, what do they call it on Disney? It's the
vintage Star Wars. Yeah,
and really, it shouldn't be called vintage. It's the stuff that nobody really wants to watch.
Especially the Friendly Wookiee, wherever it was.
Oh my God! Did you watch the Friendly Wookiee, Mike?
Oh, okay.
It'd be 9 minutes of your life, well worth it.
Oh, it's only 9 minutes.
I made him watch it.
It's 9 minutes of absolute what you should. People complain about Star Wars so much these days, but But I'm like, you watch the Friendly Wookiee, you count your blessings. You count your blessings.
That's if it is called the Friendly Wookiee. It's something like that.
After watching the Friendly Wookiee, I forgive everybody involved with the I don't care. I think they did a fantastic job.
It is 9 minutes of greatness.
Yeah, I think they did a fantastic job with the new
It was
Star
made in
Wars
1979, to be fair. Come on.
I don't care. That was horrific. If I was a kid and I saw that, I'd be like, what's happened?
It's called the Faithful Wookiee.
Just watch that before you watch any of the other stuff.
Faithful
And
Wookiee.
And I did love the Ewok intro. That's quite cool. I do like that.
Are you not playing it for us today?
I don't think I can play it for you on this.
Played it to me the other day.
Well, I don't know, but I played it to you over thing. But the Ewoks intro song. Let me see. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm going to do this for the first time ever. See if this works, and we're going to play this intro song. Here we go. So the intro song. Let me get. Here we go. It's horrific. Oh, share screen. There you go. There you go. Right, can you see that, chaps?
Not yet. Yep.
And we want to share sound as well. Share sound. Here we go. Boop. Share sound. There we go. Right.
Your internet's crashed.
What have you guys crashed out?
Look at this is our theme tune.
We are friendly spirits from the forest moon. Yes, we're home on the
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you.
Not interested, no?
No.
I was waiting for the moment that it'd break you. I was just like, yeah. But yeah, I think at the end of the day,
I think the Faithful Wookiee's going to break him.
It's not vintage Star Wars. It's Star Wars that nobody really wants to watch, but they put it out there, and that's up to them. And the Faithful Wookiee's really weird because the Faithful Wookiee was only broadcast in a Christmas special.
That's the first appearance of Boba Fett, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, God. Actually, Boba Fett doesn't come out of this too badly, so I'm not...
He comes out the best.
But yeah, whoever animated the Faithful Wookiee deserves to be taken out back, and a few words had. But anyway, again, I keep saying goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. It's so hard to say goodbye. But this was the boys from Bossk. Gentlemen, say good night.
Good night.
Right.